Hi everyone, my name is Dre, the host and founder of the Draegan Network. I want to welcome you to the channel, and if it's your first visit, then hello. And if you've been with us before, then welcome back. Continuing with our October theme of organizational change management, today's video is going to be about the McKinsey 7S change model. But before I get going, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss future posts if you haven't done that already. All right, let's jump right in. The McKinsey 7S model was originally developed in the late 70s as a model for effective business strategy. Over time, it's been applied more frequently to organizational change management, but originally it wasn't created just for change. So a McKinsey consultant by the name of Thomas J. Peters was doing some global research on organizational effectiveness and general issues with implementing change. He was asked to put together his presentation when he was finished to Siemens, and the result of that was a 700 slide PowerPoint deck. I can't even imagine putting together a slide deck that's that large. He was then subsequently asked to present his material for PepsiCo and delivered that instead using a smaller deck. So the 8 themes that he used for the Pepsi presentation were eventually incorporated into a book that he wrote with his co-author, Robert H. Waterman, in 1982. That book is called In Search of Excellence and was actually broken down into the 8 chapters, which align with the presentation. And that is where the 7S framework was really brought to life. So the 7S framework is built around the premise that each organization has a set of 7 factors that always need to be in balance. If those 7 factors are in balance, the organization will be successful in the endeavors that they're embarking upon. If any of the 7 elements are out of balance, the organization is not operating as effectively as it could be, and something needs to change. So there's no sequence to follow for the 7 elements, and none of the elements are more important than the other. All 7 need to be in balance together, and all 7 need to be maintained in balance throughout the transformation in order for the organization to truly thrive. So the 7 elements are shared values, which speaks about the company culture, the mission, the vision of the organization, as well as the belief system that our employees are using to guide their work. So the vision that you have for your change project needs to be closely aligned with both the company and the employees' shared values. The second S refers to skills, and this is not just employee skills, but also the organizational skills. For a change to be truly successful, you need to recognize when skills should be completed in-house and when those skills might be better completed by another group of people or outsourced to a different organization. So once you've determined that for all the skills that are to be done by internal staff, you need to make sure that proper training and skill development are in place so that you can actually support the change transformation effectively. So the next one is staff. For a change effort, the staff that are assigned to the project are only part of the element. The bigger staff picture need to be considered, and that's what's discussed in the 7S model for McKinsey. So this includes the participating and the impacted stakeholder groups, the organizational staffing considerations, turnover, staff policies, just your general work environment and everything relating to staff. The next one on the list is strategy. So with respect to organizational change management, the strategy element of this framework really is looking at the detailed project plan and the change management roadmap that's going to be developed. So the strategy that you're looking at should clearly outline how the organization is going to get from the current state to the future state and what milestones are going to be met along the way. The next S in the list is structure. So structure actually refers to structure, the org chart. So for both the project and for the organization as a whole. With the McKinsey 7S model, when you apply it to change, for the change to be successful, there needs to be clarity and understanding around who has authority at what stage and where the lines of communication are. Next up on the list is style. So this one, in my opinion, is one of the most difficult elements in the framework to maintain. It's very closely related to culture and shared values, but this particular element is more about personal managerial and staff work style. So you can imagine how complicated this can get. Personalities are at play, so that's never going to be an easy thing. So maintaining acute awareness of this particular element is where I think the McKinsey model really shines, and keeping style in mind throughout the entire transformation process and trying to keep that in balance is something that if you can manage to do it successfully, you're at much better likelihood of having a successful transformation in the end. So the last one in our alphabetical list of 7 is systems. This element focuses on the technology, the processes, and the workflows that are put in place and those that are being put in place as a result of the change. So throughout the entire change effort, the systems need to be maintained in harmony with each of the other elements, and they also have to stay in line with your operational activities. So if there are a period of time that systems are out of whack, it doesn't take long before some of the other elements to fall behind or for some of them to overtake each other in order to overcompensate. So again, all of the elements in the 7S model are on equal footing and all need to be considered for the changes to be successful. I've only worked with this model a couple times in my career, but I can say that it not only forced me to focus on the change elements, but it also led me to take a much closer look at the rest of the project plan and all of the operational activities that were in line with our transformation effort to make sure everything stayed balanced along the way. So I'd love to work more with this one as I go forward, and I'm going to keep it in mind for all of my projects. So thank you for watching, and feel free to let me know if there's other topics you'd like me to talk about, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that already. I will talk to you again soon.